I'm excited. I hope this doesn't crap out on me.
I believe in you.
It's not about believing, it's about New Vegas not acting up. It's New Vegas.
Hopefully New Vegas can handle itself this time.
Well, I'm playing the Xbox One enhanced port for it, so I had good things with Fallout 3. I only had it crash out on me like twice, actually. And
Good.
also, hello, Martyr. Welcome to Fallout New Vegas, my most played game of all time. Like, I have played Fallout New Vegas way too many times. Like, way too many.
You can never have enough New Vegas.
No, people will tell you I have a problem. Okay, we're going to turn off cinematic. Going to turn off the fast travels because the autosaves, because that actually does improve the performance of the games on consoles. We're going to raise the brightness a little bit because it is a little bit too dark for me. We're going to change the Pip-Boy and HUD to blue. General subtitles will be on. Crosshairs will be on. Fine. Fine. We'll play on hard mode. I'm not doing hardcore mode. I love New Vegas, but I hate hardcore mode. Mostly because I actually like the companions in this game, so I don't want them to permanently die.
Just like super hardcore in that one.
Pretty much hardcore mode is your bullets and ammunition weigh something, so you can't stockpile and become the god among men of ammunition. You have to eat and drink and sleep regularly, and dehydration is a thing.
Oh, that's the worst.
Well, it's for the hardcore people who want to like have a more realistic experience with Fallout New Vegas. I personally have never enjoyed it because I love being a broken god among men.
Yeah, being broken is the best.
Especially in New Vegas, because dear God, when you know how to break this game, you can break it in two. And I love that. I love feeling unstoppable. The reason why I don't play on very hard mode, despite the fact that you gain more experience, everything just becomes a bullet sponge. It's the same problem that Fallout 3 had. And
yeah.
And I played on hard mode for the most part for Fallout 3, but New Vegas I'm a lot more comfortable with, and I play this game at least twice a year. The only thing I'm trying to remember, though, is how to do the route that I really want to do, which is pretty much what I consider to be the penultimate good route, which is you have to go with the NCR ending if you want to get the best ending for all of your companions, and it can be actually very hard because you can screw it up very easily, and I have a feeling I'm going to be doing that by accident. But no worries. Let's start a new game. And now for one of my favorite intros, too. Because it plays Blue Moon. I don't know what I'm going to do for copyright on this. Because I can't listen to the radio because so much copywritten music. I mean, this alone is copywritten, which is why I'm kind of talking over it.
Yeah.
What about you, Wisdom? You ever played New Vegas?
Sadly, no. I only grew up with a GameCube and Sonic and Star Fox Adventures.
You poor, poor child.
I know. I think, and then after that, I didn't play video games for a while, and then I got Pokemon Platinum. That's what I played almost exclusively until I was like 13.
Ah, okay.
Speaking of dehydration, I'm gonna go get a glass of water.
That's perfectly fine. The intro's gonna take a while. Oh, sorry, Arthur. I wish that you would be able to join. This is one of my favorite games. I love sharing it with people. I got this game on launch day in 2011. I believe it was November 17th, 2011 is when this game came out. Got it launch day from Walmart. Which means I got the pre-order DLC.
atomic fire consumed the Earth, those who survived did so in great underground vaults. When they opened, their inhabitants set out across the ruins of the old world to build new societies, establishing villages, forming tribes. As decades passed, what had been the American Southwest united beneath the flag of the new California Republic, dedicated to old world values of democracy and the rule of law. As the Republic grew, so did its needs. Scouts spread east, seeking territory and wealth in the dry and merciless expanse of the Mojave
I've
Desert.
returned with the liquids.
Welcome. We're just getting the spiel about how war never changes.
By the warheads that had scorched the rest of the world, and a great wall spanning the Colorado River. The NCR mobilized its army and sent it east to occupy Hoover Dam and restore
Now, Martyr,
working conditions.
it changes slightly. The end result doesn't
Across
change.
Colorado, another society had arisen under a different flag.
Also, this game assumes that you chose the NCR ending for Fallout 2, and then that makes it the canon ending.
Caesar's Legion.
Oh, sorry to hear that, Teen Shade.
4 years have
I'm
passed
gonna be
since the
streaming for a
Republic
while,
went
so
down, just barely against the Legion's onslaught.
I don't know why the
The
subtitles
Legion
aren't playing.
did not retreat. Across the river, it gathers strength. Campfires burn, training drums beat. Through it all, the New Vegas Strip has stayed open for business, under the control of its mysterious overseer, Mr. House, and his army of rehabilitated tribals and police robots.
No, I turned on the subtitles. I don't know why they're not playing.
Hired by the Mojave Express to deliver a package to the New Vegas Strip. What seemed like a simple delivery job has taken a turn for the worse.
You got what you were after, so pay up.
You're crying in the rain, Pally.
Guess who's waking up over here?
Time to cash out.
Will you get it over with?
Maybe cons kill people without looking them in the face. But I ain't a fink. Dig?
Look at these rowdy boys.
Rowdy boys and one dapper fellow.
Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
I love that line alone. Really, Martyr? That's actually surprising. I figured... Well, then again, the camp is kind of turned into two things. It's either you love New Vegas or you hate New Vegas. And I'm one of those ones that really loves New Vegas. Like, really loves. I have played this game over 44 times to completion. So, one thing I should mention about how this is going. I have the Game of the Year edition that I am playing on an Xbox One X. As a result of the Game of the Year edition, I have all the DLC, which means I will be starting out with the different packs. For those that did not know, when New Vegas came out, there were pre-order bonuses that came in forms of packs that each retailer you pre-ordered from would give you something different. Walmart gave you the not the caravan pack that we just got. The oh, was it the mercenary? No, it's the mercenary pack. Shoot, which one was it? Either way, each one gave you a different one. Tribal pack, I believe, was Best Buy. There should be one more. The classic pack was GameStop. One was Target and one was Amazon. So this does give me a lot of stuff to start out with. But I'm gonna be doing this run in a particular way to try and get my way to Novak first so I can offload a bunch of this stuff. Alright. So we can name our courier we will be naming our courier Neronium.
I remember when GameStop had good pre-order bonuses.
Well, this
No.
pre-order bonus I'm not really fond of, and I'm glad that they released it later on. The problem is, with the GameStop one, it completely breaks an aspect of hardcore mode. And
Right.
that is... Did the game already freeze?
All we get to do is steer to scan. Oh,
No, okay, it finally loaded up. I don't know what happened with that. What was it called? Basically, remember how I said that you ended up having dehydration being a factor in hardcore mode?
yeah.
Well, you might have noticed there was a little thing in the icon that appeared in the corner that says you take a sip from your trusty Vault 13 canteen. That is a permanent water source for you that you will take a sip out of every, like, 10 minutes, like real-time minutes. Now keep in mind that you can dehydrate faster if you drink soda. But if you're not, then it breaks the hardcore mode, that aspect of it. But the other parts of hardcore mode still make it hard. Soda is indeed bad. Alright, so I ended up saying this when I ended up doing the Fallout 3 run. Fallout 3, I left it up to a little vote on whether to play as a guy or a girl. I played as a guy. So, in this case, we're going to play as a female. You only get 4 races in the game. And that makes me kind of sad. Because, one, there's no excuse that you should not be able to play as a ghoul in this game. Because ghouls... I understand Fallout 3. You were born in a vault. You're obviously not going to be a ghoul. This game, I don't see why you couldn't play as a ghoul. It would have been interesting. Especially considering what I'm going to be taking.
That would have been cool.
Yep. We're going to be Hispanic. You can change your age. So you can be older or young. Well, yeah, without mods. That's actually the reason why I'm playing the console version of this game. I do not want to use mods because it is very tempting to use mods, especially because I'm trying to get the good ending for all the companions. I'm going to have to switch back and forth between companions quite frequently because I do not have access to unlimited companions. I only have 2 companions I can take with me at a time, which means some companions are going to get left in the wayside. Some are going to be... In special occasions, I'm going to divert what I'm doing to go and get them to get some of their invisible counters up. So it's going to be quite fun. All right. Where is the haircut I like? Fallen Angel? No, not Fallen Angel. Not. I never remember this. Frazzled. We'll go with Frazzled. And a staple I do whenever I play as a character that is not myself. They must have purple hair. Behold the power of the RGB.
Such fabulous hair.
The fun part about mods is you can make, like, completely, you can get, like, a bunch of different colors and hairstyles. I think one of the bigger packs is the Makoto's Beauty Pack for PC. So, okay, this will be my character.
Well, I got most of it right anyway. Stuff that mattered. Okay. No sense keeping you in bed anymore. Let's see if we can get you on your feet. Good. Why don't you walk down to the end of the room? Over by that vigor tester machine there. Take it slow now. It ain't a race.
Joke's on you, Doc Mitchell. It's a race. And I win.
So far. Go ahead and give the vigor tester a try.
Alright.
We'll learn right quick if you get back all your faculties.
The Vigor Tester. This is our special book. So we have the special stat returning from previous Fallout games. This one being more modeled after Fallout 3. We have strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, and luck. I am going to tell you this right now. Fallout 3, luck meant nothing. You had no purpose of getting any points in luck at all. Fallout New Vegas, luck actually does matter. Luck matters a lot. In fact, it's what we're going to be having quite a bit of. So, I believe these are actually different from Fallout 3's as well, so I'm actually going to read these. So, strength. Strength will tell you how easy a cowboy totes his saddle and those bigger firearms, or how much he's going to be for you in the saloon brawl. So, this affects your melee, unarmed, inventory weight, damage, weapon, effectiveness. We have perception. A perceptive cowboy always knows when there's a lit stick of dynamite nearby, or when a varmint's sneaking up on him. This area affects your explosives, lockpick, energy weapons, accuracy, and compass range as well. So we're actually going to lower our perception by 2. This will make sense in a bit. Endurance. You can't keep a good cowboy down. Not if he's the enduring type, and not if he's a 6-shooter of the 6 size of all tarnation. This affects your unarmed, health, resistance, and survival. Survival is a new stat for your skill points to go into. We're going to... Yeah, it is a good skill point, actually, to have survival. Sorry, I interrupted you. What were you going to say?
I think that's a good skill to have.
Well, survival in this game, because they added in cooking in New Vegas, as well as weapon crafting and science crafting, armor development that you can do through that. So you're going to want to have a good survival, but it is not one of the most important ones. So we are going to lower our endurance to 4. Charisma. You'll find there are some smooth-talking cowboys out there that got themselves a voice sounding like an angel's harmonica. This affects your barter, speech, and companion nerve. Basically, the higher your charisma, the more you can get along with your companions. I'm going to lower this down to 4. Intelligence. A smart cowboy is good at most anything, from sucking the poison out of a rattler bite to fixing your broken wagon axle. This affects your science, repair, medicine, and skill points. You're going to want a high intelligence, because with a high intelligence, you are actually able to get quite a bit of stuff. Science and repair are important. Medicine, not as much. Skill points are basically every time you level up, you get a certain number of skill points you can put into your different skills in the skill tree. Skill points in this game actually matter because unlike Fallout 3 where you had a percentage chance of being able to do it, you are always at least guaranteed at least a small percentage of being able to do a certain action. In Fallout New Vegas, if you do not meet the skill point requirement, you are unable to do that challenge at all or get that exact dialogue tree to go off, because they will say, oh, you failed this one. And a lot of them are very one time. So you need to look for that. So we're going to go up to an intelligence of 8. And actually, I just realized something. I'm going to need a higher charisma, but we'll get into that in a bit. Agility. When a fella's in a gunfight and shoots the other guy 6 times before they can get off a shot, it's because that fella is agile. This affects your guns, sneak, speed, action point regeneration. VATS returns, so that would be the only thing that affects your agility. Agility, we're going down to 3. We're not going to be an agile son of a bitch. Yeah, we're going to be slow. But there's going to be some things that I'm going to be getting that are going to increase that. So, some folks claim to not believe in luck, but when they lose in a duel, you'll hear them say, that lucky son of a gun. This affects all skills, critical hits, and enemy mishaps. The enemy mishap thing is actually a very minimal thing, but This does affect how well you do in casinos. The higher of a luck you have, the more chances you are in getting good, winning at a casino and getting banned, which is what we are going to be aiming for because that's a lot of money. 2, when you have a high luck, your weapon drop rate and what items drop from corpses will vary. And the higher the luck is, the better the loot is earlier in the game. Luck is something that, as I mentioned, was not important in Fallout 3. New Vegas, they actually made it important. So we're going to put that to an 8, which leaves us with 5 more skill points to reallocate, which actually I'm going to put 2 in Charisma, 3 in Strength. So our final count is going to be 8 Strength, 3 Perception, 4 Endurance, 6 Charisma, 8 Intelligence, 3 Agility, 8 Luck. Unless you are going after the Strongback, not Strongback, actually, now that I think about it, I think I needed a Endurance of 5 to get the Strongback perk. So we are going to get a 5 Endurance and a 7 Strength. I believe if you... Yep, Fiji Fallout. I believe if you end up having a low enough intelligence, you can actually affect certain DLC later in the game. I've never had a low intelligence because that actually makes the game really hard. I should mention, you cannot perfect your stats unless you get the 1 skill point for intense training. If you go for the intense training perk, that's the only way you'll get perfect 10s. There is a person in the wasteland that will raise up your attributes by 1, depending on how much endurance you have. So keep that in mind. In fact, I should actually lower my and raise my endurance. So we'll actually do that. So, Vigor Tester Machine is done. All of our points are allocated properly. And we're done.
Those are some good set skills.
Maybe them bullets done your brain some good. Well, we
Our
know
journey through the wasteland can begin.
but that don't mean
Not
them
yet.
bullets didn't
We
do
still
you
have a
good.
few more things. I know this entire first part's just going to be me doing everything here and explaining stuff.
Oh, okay, then. Looks like we just spent a little bit more time with this old man.
Doc Mitchell's great. He'll patch you up early on in the game.
All right. I'm gonna say a word. I want you to say the first thing that comes to mind. Dog.
Cat.
House.
Renovate.
Night.
Dream.
Bandit.
Bribe, crush, stab, Swiss cheese, vaporize, reasonable. We're going with reasonable.
Light.
We are going with beam.
Mother.
Caretaker.
Okay. Now I got a few statements. I want you to tell me how much they sound like something you'd say. First one. Conflict just ain't in my nature.
This is entirely true. Also, Fiji, no. We are playing the console version of New Vegas because mods would make this way too easy for me. And we know I do things the hard way.
Challenge.
Plus, also, it has me allocate things. And I would cheat too much, I think, in a PC version. I might do the PC version later on just to show off some mods, but that would be it. But conflict is not in my nature.
I ain't given to relying on others for support.
This is actually me. I agree with that. I'm one to give out support, but I feel like I'm a burden if I'm the one asking for support.
I'm always fixing to be the center of attention.
This is somewhat true, but also somewhat false. I wouldn't mind being the center of attention, but I also don't mind it, so no opinion.
I'm slow to embrace new ideas.
Again, a yes and a no for me. I'm stubborn, but I will accept new things if they can prove to me that they are easier.
I charge in to deal with my problems head on.
No!
Almost done here. What do you say you have a look at this?
Also, hello, A Kaiser. Right, this is a
Welcome.
This is a chemical reaction.
Okay. How about this one?
It's some ship at sea.
Last one.
Right, a mushroom cloud, a head on a pillow. What do you think on this one? Because I never know what to answer for this one. Is a light in the darkness, a bearded man, a mushroom cloud, a head on a pillow. I always see the head on a pillow, like one of the Who's from Whoville.
I kind of see a mushroom cloud in the middle.
You know what? You're right. I actually can see that now. So mushroom cloud?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that's all she wrote.
Hey Kaiser, we got shot in the head, and we are about to start our quest to find out who shot us in the head.
See if it all seems right.
Stop a war in between. All right.
We'll find him.
So the whole point of that was to basically make it so that it chooses what your 3 tag skills are. It's basically the GOAT from Fallout 3. And a few things to note. These are all of our skills that are inside the game. You might notice there are a few missing. And there is one that is new. The new one is survival. The survival skill increases the hit points you receive from food and drink. It also helps you create consumable items at campfires. It also helps you create armor that the game does not tell you about until you go to a campfire. So you can actually do that. That ends up replacing the big weapon, the big guns skill point, which has now all been combined into the gun stat, and the energy weapon stat has been combined with the other aspect of big guns as well. So guns are energy weapons and guns. Explosives, pretty self-standard. We're going to go with our tag skill science, repair, and lockpick. You might notice my science and repair are actually really high. We're going to want to get our repair up to at least a 70 by level 14. Keep that in mind. So,
Before I turn you loose, I need one more thing from you.
one more
To
thing.
fill out so I can get a sense of your medical history. Just a formality. Ain't like I expect to find you got a family history of getting shot in the head.
Little did you know. So this is a new thing that New Vegas added on that I don't think ever continued in Fallout 4, because I don't remember this too much in Fallout 4. Traits. Traits are special skills that, like, you know, this is a personality trait. This is what you have. And as a result, some of these are actually really interesting. The Wild Wasteland perk is a unique perk. It was not in Fallout 4. Okay, I figured it was not in Fallout 4. I don't remember too much about Fallout 4 because I did not like it as much as New Vegas. But Wild Wasteland basically has it that you encounter some random and funny events throughout the wasteland. There are mainly Easter eggs. Things ranging from seeing Uncle Ben from Star Wars burned alive on a pike, to finding a fridge with an Indiana Jones hat, to the most relative one being finding an alien in the wasteland that would drop the alien blaster. I will not be choosing the Wild Wasteland perk for 2 reasons. 1, while I find that some of the events are funny, some of them, they're not as bad. They're just annoying. And they can possibly crash the game through what I remember with some of them.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it's kind of bad. The second one, before you access the DLC known as Dead Money, the strongest energy weapon in this game is locked out to you if you end up choosing the Wild Wasteland perk. Again, the strongest energy weapon in the base vanilla game will be locked out of you if you end up choosing the Wild Wasteland perk, and that is a Gauss rifle known as the YCS-86. It is held by a mercenary that has that spawns in the same spot where the aliens would be spawning. So keep that in mind. Another one to keep in mind is Logan's Loophole. This one was a one that I believe Old World Blues added in. It was either Old World Blues or I think it was actually Dead Money, now that I think about it. With Dead Money, this one makes it you'll never become addicted to chems or alcohol again, and they last twice as long. But your level is capped off to 30. This game, you can get to a level of 50 if you have all the DLC and you are not choosing the Logan's Loophole one. You choose Logan's Loophole if you want to limit yourself a little bit. I'm not choosing Logan's Loophole. The two I am choosing are Good-Natured, which you're good-natured at heart, more prone to solving problems with your mind than violence. You gain 5 to barter, medicine, repair, science, and speech, but have a -5 to energy weapons, explosives, guns, melee weapons, and unarmed. The second one is Small Frame. You do your small size, you have a +1 to agility, but your limbs are more easily crippled. This is a good and a bad thing. In Fallout New Vegas, you cannot be just sleep in a bed and your limbs will be healed from when you were crippled. You have to use an item called a doctor's bag to heal your crippled limbs or go to an actual doctor. And since I have such a low agility, this will actually make things a little bit harder. But the +1 to agility that I have will actually make things a little bit easier for me. And you can only get this if your agility is below 10. The other ones that you can get: Built to Destroy, the Flamer that burns twice as bright. All weapons have 3% chance to critically hit, but the equipment condition decays 15% faster. That's not a good one. Claustrophobia. You gain +1 to special attributes when outside, but suffer -1 when indoors. There are some DLC where you're nothing but indoors, so never go for that. Early Bird. You enjoy +2 to your special stats from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m., but suffer -1 from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. when you're not at your best, which basically means when you're not well rested. We don't have a house, and we can't be well rested. Fast Shot. When using guns and energy weapons, you fire 20% more quickly, but your shots are 20% less accurate. Kind of a drawback on that one, you can tell. Perception -10. While wearing any type of glasses, you have a +1 perception. Without glasses, you have a -1 perception. This is good and bad. I think the drawback to this one is when you don't have glasses, because glasses can be spawning at random, and I think it's only eyeglasses. I don't think sunglasses work on it. Heavy-handed. Your melee and unarmed attacks do more damage, but less critical hit damage. This one's actually not bad, because if you're going for a melee build, which there is an optimal weapon for a melee build in this game, besides the Power Fist, known as the Ballistic Fist, you are a god among men. Hoarder. You gain +25 pounds to your carrying capacity, but suffer -1 to all attributes anytime your carrying weight drops below 160 pounds. Yeah.
That sounds too good.
Sounds too good, but there's also a perk. There are 2 perks in this game. Actually 3, because I have the DLC for it. One perk raises your carrying capacity by 50, and then you can get another one later on that raises it by another 50. And then you also get a perk if you have, I think, a high barter skill, and I think it's level 16 to level 20. Anything that weighs less than a pound weighs nothing at all.
Ooh.
So that's one
good for supplies.
Yeah, that's really good for supplies. It's really good for items that if you're crafting. And most importantly, there's also a point in which you will end up getting a perk that will allow you to fast travel when you are over encumbered, which means you can fast travel anywhere. There's no point. Also, Fiji, no, we are not doing survival mode because I am a bitch. I am a bitch that does not like survival mode because I want to get the best ending for my companions and I don't want them to die before I get their best ending. Alright, so we got hot-blooded. When your health drops below 50%, you gain 10% more damage, but you also suffer -2 to your agility and perception skills. Guess what? I'm blind as a bat, and I can't take a hit for shit. Kamikaze, you gain +10 action points, but your reckless nature causes you to have a -2 damage threshold. I'll get into damage threshold later, because I realize I am almost 40 minutes in, and I'm still explaining stuff at the beginning. Loophole I already explained. Loose cannon. From frag grenades to throwing spears, you can throw weapons 30% faster at a cost of 25% less range. Never go for this because you're going to see why with what I do. I'm going to the quarry. All right. Skilled. You're skilled, but not experienced. You gain +5 to every skill, but you suffered -10% from experience gain from now on. Actually, I never realized about this one. You know what? We might actually go with skilled instead of the small frame one. I completely forgot about skilled. All right. Then we got triggered discipline. When using guns and energy weapons, you fire 20% more slowly, but are 20% more accurate. So it's basically the opposite one of built to destroy. So actually, you know what? We might go with the skilled one, because if we gain a +5 to every single one of our stats, but only -10 experience, there are perks to increase experience gain, so it does not matter. So we'll go with skilled.
All right, I guess that about does it. Come with me, I'll see you out.
Right. We is the lady. All right. Sorry that took forever, Wisdom.
It's fine. I've just been drawing stuff for your stream doodles.
Ooh, yay. All right, so I love how I'm already carrying shit, even though I don't have a Pip-Boy yet. Okay,
Don't worry about it.
because I can't bring up my menu or anything, so. All right, let's talk to Doc Mitchell.
Here, these are yours. Was all you had on you when you was brought in. I hope you don't mind, but I gave the note a look. I thought it might help me find a next of kin. But it was just something about a platinum chip. Well, if you're heading back out there, you ought to have this. They call it a Pip-Boy. I grew up in one of them vaults they made before the war. We all got one. Ain't much use to me now, but you might want such a thing after what you've been through. I know what it's like having something taken from you. And put this on too, so the locals don't pick on you for lacking modesty. It was my wife's. I think she was about your size, and she hardly wore it after we left the vault. Felt it was too brazen.
Thanks for patching me up, Doc. Martyr, I am not killing Doc Mitchell. Out of everyone you want me to kill, I am not killing Doc Mitchell.
She can help you learn to fend for yourself in the desert. She'll likely be at the saloon. I reckon some of the other folks at the saloon might be able to help you out too. And the metal fella, Victor, who pulled you out of your grave. Anyway, you ever get hurt out there, you come right back. I'll fix you up. But try not to get killed anymore.
So, hardcore mode. Fallout New Vegas allows you to play in a new hardcore mode that greatly increases the challenge of the games. In the mode, Stimpaks heal over time and cannot mend broken limbs. Radaway removes radiation over time. Ammunition has weight, and dehydration is a constant concern. This mode is only recommended for advanced players. You may turn hardcore mode off or on or off at any time in the gameplay menu, but if you activate hardcore mode now and maintain it through the end of the storyline, you'll receive a special reward. Would you like to activate hardcore mode? The special reward is an achievement.
Wow.
And we got our first achievement. Ain't that a kick in the head? When was the last time I played New Vegas? This is the first time I'm fully playing it for this year. Last time I played it was in December. I made it pretty dang far. Right, let us get some ammunition. Buffalo gourd seeds. We're gonna get a knife. We got a stabby knife. Little stabby knife.
Nice.
See, here's the thing. I may not kill everyone, but I will take all their shit that's not nailed down.
Steal everything.
It's not stealing unless it's red. Anti-venom. You're gonna want to get anti-venoms because they added poison into this game. And dear God.
I like how anti-venoms don't actually stop poison.
They just stop... Well, no, it stops the poison from spreading.
Yeah, but most of the time they're specifically made for like a certain poison. Not just like a general thing.
Well, yeah, but they don't want... There are different poisons in this game that you could actually craft with the survival skill. In fact, one of them I actually have because of... Okay, yeah, it's just telling me about weapons. Special... No, weapons, apparel, aid, ammo... one thing to mention that New Vegas does, it has different types of ammunition in the game. Here are the different types right here. We have armor piercing, ignores a large portion of the enemy's damage threshold, does slightly more damage. Hollow point does more damage but easily blocked by armor. So basically, unarmored enemies, hollow point's not good. Overcharge is used by energy weapons, increases damage but degrades the weapon more quickly. Slug is used by shotguns, it replaces buckshot with a single large bullet that is more accurate. Those are just some of the types of ammunition. Yeah, ammo types in this game are really good, especially the my favorite one, which is the armor-piercing rounds. Armor-piercing rounds are great. Okay, we got a pre-war hat. See, here's another reason why I got low perception. Whenever I wear a hat, it raises my perception by 1.
That hat.
I'm dapper.
So stylish.
Yep. These are the different armors that are available from the pre-order bonuses that you got. You have the Armored Vault 13 jumpsuit, which is the GameStop exclusive one. Lightweight leather armor, which was the Walmart one, because this is the one that I grew up with. You can repair this one with other leather armors. Lightweight metal armor, which is a medium type of armor. Basically lowers your agility by 1, but it has a higher damage threshold, which you can see what that DT means is damage threshold. Basically, if your damage threshold is high, you won't take much damage if you're wearing armor. Unarmored parts will still take more damage. There are enemies in this game that ignore damage threshold. I'm looking at the Death Claws, so don't mess with them. Tribal rating armor, this was the Best Buy exclusive. And these are the only armors. So right now, I actually want to see what my stats are because I never go for the skilled one. I should actually lower, take off my clothing so I can actually see what my base stats are. Barter's 26, lockpicks 32, medicine 32, repair, science, and my repair and science are pretty high up actually. My repair. Just to keep in mind, I'm getting my repair to 70 so I can get the most broken perk in this game. I will be getting my goddamn... what is it called? I'll be getting my goddamn jury rigging perk, thank you. Because jury rigging basically means you can take a weapon type and a similar weapon type and mix them together.
Nice.
Alright, so now is when all the DLC starts loading. So, Old World Blues, you've gotten a fragmented signal on your Pip-Boy, a coded transmission for some sort of sad, jazzy undercurrent that makes your head hurt. As far as you can tell, it appears to be an invitation to the Midnight Science Fiction feature at the Mojave Drive-In. Please arrive early to catch the trailers. Old World Blues has been loaded. Level cap has been raised by 5, so now we can be level 35. Happy Trails Expedition. Your Pip-Boy has picked up a radio broadcast from the Happy Trails Caravan Company. They're looking for one more member for an expedition to Zion Valley in Utah. Honest Hearts has been loaded. Your level cap has been raised by 5. The Reunion. I don't know why this loads out of order. This is actually the last canonical DLC you should be doing. Your Pip-Boy has received a signal. Coordinates that lead to the canyon wreckage west of Prim. Following the coordinates are the words Courier 6. It's signed Ulysses. Lonesome Road has been added. Your level cap has been increased by 5. Right, we're going to get our next DLC in a couple of seconds. Come on. Where are you?
Look at that little robot.
Alright, here we go. Gunrunner's Arsenal. This is not a level cap one. This is one that they added into the game before the... This was one of the last DLCs when they added in new challenges that you can get for extra experience. The ongoing conflict in the Mojave Wasteland has kicked weapon manufacturers into a high gear. All major and minor weapon dealers in the region are rolling in new weapons, ammunition types, and modifications. Head to the nearest participating vendor to peruse the merchandise. Gunrunner's Arsenal has been loaded. Okay, where's my dead money? Where is my dead money? Dead money will load any second now.
Give us the dead money.
Alright, here we go. The Sierra Madre grand opening. Your Pip-Boy has picked up a radio broadcast inviting you to the grand opening of the Sierra Madre Casino. Dead money has been loaded. Your level cap has been increased by 5. Dead money is canonically the first DLC you should be doing in this game. Keep that in mind. Right. Skill magazines. I have a message. Hold on. Right. There should be one more DLC, I think, that should be loading. One more DLC. One more DLC. Actually, no. There were only 4 expansions, so that's all the DLC. Because your level cap is 50. Yeah. Yeah, so that's all the DLC. So, alright, we're going to go into Victor's Shack first. Because Victor happens to have another godsend in this game. A weapon repair kit that is for free. Wait, we're going to just grab all that. So welcome to Good Springs. Population, bunch of townsfolk, and missions that we're actually not going to be doing yet because of how I'm going to be handling this game. So I mentioned earlier in this game that there are a lot of things I'm going to be doing out of order. And the reason for that is the end payoff. I want to get the best ending for all the companions and most of the factions. The one that is one of the hardest ones to do is the Great Khans. Because the Great Khans will have some things locked out of them if you do them in a certain order. And that's the difficult part. Because I want the Great Khans to become a great empire when they leave New Vegas by the end of the game. I don't want them to die out. I want good endings for our well, semi-good. This game's a little bit more morally ambiguous than the Fallout 3, where the most morally ambiguous thing you could do was steal a baby from its parents, getting the parents killed, and then giving them to people who do not care about the baby, or keeping the baby, but as a result having the baby be raised by people who are literally owning slaves.
Oh no.
Yep. Good endings for everyone but the Legion. That's why I said most factions. Because fuck Caesar's Legion. It's the worst. You literally only choose that option if you want to be evil. Yeah, fuck the pit too. I don't like the pit. Alright. I don't got my stabby knife. Where's my stabby knife? Broad machete.
Stabby knife.
Well, it's a machete. It's not really a knife, but Michael Myers would still approve. Alright, so inside of Good Springs, there are a few things we can get. You might be noticing these magazines here that raise our skills by 10. These are something new that Fallout New Vegas added in. They are temporary skill magazines, to where if you get the Comprehension perk at level 4, they will actually increase to being a 20% boost for a temporary time. Well, a 20-point boost. Right, so first things first, we're going to collect as many Sunset Sarsaparillas as we can, because, yep, we're doing the Festus quest. Well, we have to get 50 Star Sunset Sarsaparilla bottle caps. I'm actually going to save real quick, because in case I screw up on anything in the run, I don't have to go through any of that section again, and I can just simply move on. Sarsaparilla's okay. It's not something I'll go out of my way to drink, but it's not bad. The problem with me is I don't like carbonation in my drinks, because it dehydrates you, which it's funny because if you drink soda in this game, you will get dehydrated and you will be more prone to dying of dehydration if you're on hardcore mode. Right, so let us drink some Sunset Sarsaparilla bottle caps. Hope that we get a star bottle cap. We did not get a single star bottle cap. Right, so this is Chet. He is the trader in the town. His dialogue is not really one you need to talk for. Only certain NPCs I'll be talking to a lot. Right, so first things first, we're going to want to take the case of the ammos. We're going to want to sell our cigarettes. We're going to sell our Wonder Glue, our hammer, our empty syringes, even though I could be using them. We are going to sell... I'm going to need all of these, but we don't need the submachine gun because I don't have enough ammo to make use out of it yet. We are going to be buying, if he's got it. He should have it. He always has one when you first start. He's got the varmint rifle silencer. I might want to get that. Do I have enough for that? And the shovel. I barely have enough for that. So this is something new as well that New Vegas added in that pretty much Fallout 4 took shamelessly because it was actually a good idea. Weapon modifications. You can modify your weapons and certain weapons in this game with weapon modifications to make them more powerful, make them silent, make them lighter to carry, make them have scopes on them. It's really nice. So we're actually going to grab the varmint rifle silencer, even though technically there is a silent legendary varmint rifle that I'm going after to be able to get later. But for right now, we need the shovel. Because with the shovel, we can dig open graves. Just like inside of Point Lookout, even though the shovel was hardly used in Point Lookout. In New Vegas, shovel is somewhat more used, but still not much. So our first destination is the graveyard, where we got shot. Because inside this graveyard, we will be having some things and a new collectible that I need to remember. Hello, Victor. Yeah, the collectible is basically, hey, remember the bobbleheads that Vault-Tec made in Fallout 3 that would increase your special stat? Well, they're not in this game. We have snow globes, and what do they give you? They'll give you money. Right. So go here, take the chewing tobacco, the barrel cactus, and the prickly pear fruit, because we're going to need that. Open the grave, get more weapons. Come over this way, and we have our first snow globe, the Good Spring snow globe.
Make sure to skin those prickly pear.
Yep. Prickly pears, they're delicious. You found a limited edition Mojave Landmark Snow Globe. These rare pre-war artifacts are widely considered to be useless baubles, but rumor has it some collectors will pay dearly for them. There are 7 in total in the game, just like the special stats. So here's the grave where we were going to be buried. Come over this way, if I can find it, because I have a hard time seeing where it is. It should be around here. There should be a distinctive bud. Unless it clipped through the floor. Wait, no, here they are. distinctive cigarette butts. These will help you later in the main quest if you end up failing a speech challenge, so keep that in mind. They are one part of a two-part thing that will help you out. Hello, phone. Yes, I know you are definitely a thing that is going on right now because somebody I follow on Patreon just posted. No problem, May Kaiser. I'm just glad people are here. And I'm not streaming this alone in the void.
In the ether.
In the ether. Alright, so our first thing we're going to do is we're going to venture out. Don't worry, that sniper behind me, I'm going to be on his side. He's going to like me. So we're going to venture out of the Good Springs area. There is an area... I'm actually going to save again because I can save twice for this. There is a limited area that you can go out from. That once you go out from this area, you will get the proctor to say, like, hey, do you want to change any aspect of your character? It tends to glitch out on where it is, I tend to find. Oh, we got coyotes. We got combat. Watch out. I got a stabby knife. Got a stabby knife. Come hither.
Where's that coyote?
Alright, see, look, this is what I mean. This should have already proctored, but it just proctored here. This is where you can edit your name or rebuild your character. So yeah. Is this canon to Fallout 4? Oh, Bethesda likes to think this game's not canon. Bethesda likes to think this game doesn't exist. Come on. Die, pupper. No. No, no, come back. Fine. Guess what? You get shot now. Nope, you're coming back.
You can run, but you can't hide.
I better not have proctored what I think I proctored too. That's the worst part. I think you just clipped through the floor.
Well, if you break the laws of reality, you can escape.
No, wait, no, found him. Zap. 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 Yep, Bethesda wishes this game never existed because it makes them look lazy in story writing. It's why a lot of people, myself included, are very excited for Outer Worlds to come out because it's made by the Fallout New Vegas team, bar one person.